What if, with nothing more than the price of a used car, you could buy a piece of land and unlock an entirely different life? Not a scam, not a fantasy, but real opportunities hidden in real countries, places with genuine residency and future citizenship pathways that most people have never even heard of. These are nations quietly opening doors to those who know where to look, offering a way out of the financial pressure and limited choices that define life in expensive cities. Today, you and I are stepping into a world where cheap land doesn't just buy you property, it buys you possibility. It buys you a new identity. It buys you the chance to build a future on your own terms with a second passport, a safer escape route, and a kind of freedom that most Americans never realize is even available to them. No million-dollar investment visas, no impossible requirements, just small, surprisingly affordable plots of land, sometimes priced lower than a laptop, but holding the power to completely reshape the course of your life. And once you understand how these systems work, you'll start to question everything you thought you knew. Why keep paying sky-high rent for a cramped apartment in an overcrowded city when that same money could buy you acres of land, a slower life, and a legal pathway toward becoming a global citizen? Why stay stuck in a cycle of bills when a simple land purchase could open the door to residency, long-term security, and eventually a brand new passport? But there's one reality you must understand. These opportunities will not last forever. Countries revise their laws. Land prices rise as foreign investors discover these markets. What is affordable and accessible today may be out of reach tomorrow. The window doesn't stay open indefinitely. So the real question isn't whether these opportunities exist. The real question is whether you're ready to explore the 5 countries that are offering the most affordable, most accessible, and most powerful land-based pathways to a new life. If you are, then let's begin this journey. Number 5, Argentina, South America's most overlooked residency route. Argentina is one of those rare countries where land, lifestyle, and law all align to create an opportunity that feels almost unreal. In the central and northern provinces, Córdoba, Salta, and Mendoza, you'll find rural land priced between $800 and $800 per acre, an extraordinary number for a nation with some of the richest agricultural soil on the planet. These are regions known globally for cattle wine grains and endless open terrain. Yet the cost remains lower than what many Americans pay for a month of rent. But what truly sets Argentina apart is not just the affordability of its land. It's the pathway that land helps unlock. Argentina has one of the fastest naturalization processes in the world. Securing residency, living in the country for just 2 years, and demonstrating genuine ties can make you eligible to apply for citizenship. There is no minimum investment requirement, no mandatory deposit, no fixed purchase threshold. Owning property strengthens your application because it shows commitment, something the courts take seriously. For many, this becomes the most cost-effective gateway to a second passport in all of Latin America. Life on the ground in Argentina carries a charm that is difficult to replicate elsewhere. Buenos Aires offers the feel of a European capital at a fraction of the cost. Wide boulevards, historic cafes, bookstores that stay open past midnight, and a culture that blends Italian warmth with Spanish elegance. Outside the cities, the country stretches into vast landscapes, wine valleys framed by the Andes' silent deserts, icy Patagonian plains, and fertile farmland that has fed generations. The cost of living remains surprisingly low compared to its beauty and infrastructure. Argentina's healthcare system is one of its quiet strengths, modern, accessible, and in many cases free for residents. Whether settling in a buzzing neighborhood like Palermo or a rural district surrounded by vineyards, daily life feels fuller, richer, and far less financially pressured than in much of the Western world. And so the question becomes unavoidable. Would owning a small farm in South America, at a price most people spend on a year of rent, be worth it if it opened the door to one of the strongest passports in the region? For many who have discovered Argentina's overlooked residency route, the answer has already been decided. Number 4. Malaysia, Asia's easiest land-linked residency program. Malaysia stands out as one of the few countries in Asia where land prices, language, lifestyle, and residency policies align in a way that surprises nearly everyone who looks closely. In rural regions and farmland areas, land can be purchased for $4,000 to $10,000 per acre, significantly cheaper than in Thailand or the Philippines, despite Malaysia offering stronger infrastructure and a higher overall standard of living. States like Sabah and Sarawak are even more affordable, providing opportunities to acquire large plots of land at prices that seem almost impossible in today's world. But what truly makes Malaysia a strategic destination goes far beyond inexpensive land. The MM2H Malaysia. My Second Home program is widely recognized as one of Asia's most accessible long-term residency routes. Buying land is not a requirement, yet property ownership greatly strengthens an application and demonstrates the kind of long-term commitment the government values. Once approved, participants can enjoy long-term residency that can be renewed repeatedly, granting something close to near-permanent living rights without the heavy restrictions found in other Asian nations. Gaining Malaysian citizenship is extremely difficult and generally not an expectation for most foreigners. However, long-term residency itself is already enough to make Malaysia a true second home, just as the program's name suggests. Investors, retirees, remote workers, and entrepreneurs all find the combination of stability, flexibility, and affordability to be unmatched. Malaysia's lifestyle is one of its greatest strengths. English is widely spoken from schools and hospitals to business transactions and everyday conversations. The country's healthcare system is considered one of the best in Asia, modern, efficient, and far more affordable than Western medical care. Its major cities feature well-maintained roads, strong public transportation, and world-class shopping centers, all while maintaining a cost of living that is significantly lower than Singapore, Thailand, or South Korea. Its food culture is a remarkable blend of Malay, Chinese, and Indian influences, offering a diversity of flavors that turns every meal into a cultural discovery. The tropical climate remains stable throughout the year, safety levels are high, and Malaysians are known for being warm and welcoming toward international residents, creating a sense of ease from the moment you arrive. Malaysia does not promise fast or easy citizenship, but if the goal is long-term, modern, stable living with affordable land options and one of the most flexible residency programs in the region, very few places in Asia can match what Malaysia offers. And so the question becomes clear. Would you want to live in a country that is modern, safe, affordable, and still allows you to buy land at a low cost while enjoying long-term residency rights? Number 3. Panama, Central America's most straightforward residency path. Panama has long been known as a strategic crossroads of the world, but few people realize that this small nation also offers one of the most transparent and stable farmland markets in all of Central America. In the regions of Chiriquí, Cocle, and the Azuero Peninsula, rural land can be purchased for as little as $1,500 to $6,000 per acre, an astonishing figure for a country with fast economic growth and infrastructure far more developed than most of its neighbors. From the cool highlands of Chiriquí to the fertile valleys of Cocle, Panama gives buyers affordable land options that still hold long-term value. But what truly makes Panama stand out is its clear and accessible residency system. The Friendly Nations Visa provides immediate residency to foreign nationals who invest roughly $200,000 in real estate. From that moment forward, the path is simple. After 5 years of residency, you can apply for Panamanian citizenship. No complex language tests, No multi-decade waiting periods. Panama encourages newcomers through transparency and efficiency, turning a straightforward investment into a gateway to a new passport. The benefits go even further. Panama operates under a territorial tax system, meaning any income earned outside of Panama is taxed at 0%. This single policy has attracted entrepreneurs, digital workers, and retirees from around the world, all seeking a country where they can live comfortably without being financially suffocated. Combined with Panama's strong trade agreements and international connections, this tax structure has helped transform the nation into one of the most economically stable hubs in Latin America. Quality of life in Panama surprises almost everyone who arrives. Panama City is the only Central American capital with a modern skyline filled with glass towers, major financial institutions, and world-class infrastructure. The iconic Panama Canal, a global shipping artery worth billions, provides the nation with economic resilience unmatched by many countries of similar size. And for those who value healthcare, Panama offers something remarkable: high-quality medical care at prices 70 to 80% lower than in the United States. Private hospitals are modern doctors, are internationally trained, and treatments cost a fraction of what Americans are used to paying. Panama brings together modern living and tropical calm. Foreign residents find large expat communities, a high level of safety-rich cuisine, and a society accustomed to welcoming people from all over the world. And that leads to a quiet but powerful question. If 5 years from now you could hold one of the strongest passports in the region, would a $30,000 piece of land today be worth it? Number 2. Serbia, Europe's most affordable bet on future EU proximity. In the heart of Europe, where property prices are climbing year after year, Serbia stands out as a rare exception. In rural regions like Niš Vojvodina and Zaječar, land can still be purchased for just $1,500 to $4,500 per acre, a remarkable figure for a European nation with solid infrastructure, wide highways, and cities that are developing at an impressive pace. Serbia remains one of the few places where land is still affordable, while the country's investment appeal and quality of life indicators continue to rise. But Serbia's value goes far beyond cheap land. The country offers a clear and straightforward residency pathway for anyone interested in long-term European living. By simply purchasing real estate, you become eligible to apply for temporary residency, an approach far more accessible than the high-cost, high-complexity residency routes found in much of the European Union. After 3 years of residency, you can apply for permanent residency, creating a stable legal foundation for building a life in Europe. And after 5 years, Serbia evaluates citizenship applications on a case-by-case basis, opening the possibility of holding a European-linked passport in the future as the country continues moving closer to EU accession. What makes Serbia especially appealing for investors is not only the legal pathway, but its exceptionally low cost of living, one of the lowest in Europe. Life here feels simple yet deeply charming. Small restaurants serving flavorful Balkan dishes, historic streets lined with buildings shaped by Ottoman and European influences, and landscapes of mountains, rivers, and open fields stretching far into the distance. Serbia also offers fast internet, strong digital infrastructure, and a healthcare system that effectively supports residents, especially in major cities like Belgrade and Novi Sad. In Serbia, life moves at a slower pace but with greater stability. The combination of traditional culture, affordability, and steady progress toward European integration makes this country a rare opportunity, a place where you can live comfortably today while making a strategic investment in the future. As many EU countries tighten their requirements for foreign investors, Serbia remains open, welcoming, and accessible, creating an opening many people overlook simply because they never take the time to understand it. And it all leads to one very simple question: one that carries weight. Would you consider buying European land for less than the price of farmland in the United States, while gaining a country that moves closer to the EU every year? Number 1. Morocco, Africa's most surprising residency opportunity. When people think of Morocco, they often picture colorful markets, ancient cities that feel frozen in time, and Sahara dunes stretching endlessly toward the horizon. But behind its iconic beauty lies something few realize. Morocco has one of the most affordable and opportunity-rich rural land markets in the entire Afro-Mediterranean region. In areas such as Fez, Meknes, Oujda, and Chefchaouen, agricultural and homestead land can still be purchased for just $1,000 to $4,000 per acre, a price almost unimaginable for buyers coming from the United States or Western Europe. The land is vast, fertile, and perfectly suited for farmstay projects, small homesteads, and ecotourism ventures that are growing rapidly in popularity. But Morocco's appeal goes far beyond its land prices. The country offers a surprisingly accessible residency pathway for those who genuinely want to live and integrate here. Purchasing land and establishing real long-term residence significantly strengthens your chances of receiving a residency permit. After 5 years of legal residency, foreigners may apply for Moroccan citizenship. While the vetting process is careful and selective, Morocco remains one of the few North African nations that provides a clear, structured route to naturalization without requiring large investment sums. A Moroccan passport grants visa-free access to more than 70 countries, including key destinations across Africa, the Middle East, and parts of Asia. In a world where immigration policies are tightening everywhere, having a passport with regional mobility is a major advantage, especially for those looking to build a flexible lifestyle or expand their business presence across continents. Yet what draws thousands of expats to Morocco each year is not just the legal framework, it's the experience of daily life. The cuisine is globally adored: couscous, tagine, fresh mint tea. The cost of living is significantly lower than Western Europe. The climate, blending Mediterranean gentleness with Sahara warmth, gives the country mild winters and vibrantly sunny summers. And above all, Moroccans are known for their hospitality and openness, making expats feel at ease whether they settle in Marrakesh, Fez, or the coastal gem of Essaouira. Tourism infrastructure is strong, making domestic travel smooth, from wandering the ancient alleyways of the old Medina to relaxing on turquoise Atlantic beaches. Life here isn't just more affordable. It's richer, more textured, shaped by art tradition and the unhurried rhythm of North African living. And so the final question rises naturally. Do you believe that with just a few $1,000s you could own land in Morocco and unlock a real pathway toward a valuable North African passport? For many who have discovered this opportunity, the answer has already reshaped the direction of their lives. Cheap land is not just a financial opportunity. For those who can see beyond the surface, it becomes a second doorway in life, an opening to freedom, to choices, and to a future no longer limited by the place you were born or the income you currently earn. The 5 countries we've explored are offering that doorway right now. But these openings won't last forever. Laws can change. Investment thresholds can rise. And the land that feels affordable today may become unreachable sooner than anyone expects. What you hold at this moment is not a promise, it's timing. A rare moment that most people don't recognize even when it stands right in front of them. And like all important moments in life, it will pass if you stand still for too long. You cannot turn back time, but you can choose your future with one decision made today. So among these 5 countries, which one pulled your attention a little longer? Which one made you wonder whether your life could become bigger, freer, and more open than it is now? Leave a comment below. Which country would you choose? And if this journey resonated with you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the opportunities that could reshape your future.